Hello and welcome to the Clive Shared Doctor Who Rewatch podcast. I'm your host, Johnny Parry, and with us today are...
Greg Toby.
James. Oh, sorry.
So we've got Greg Toby and...
And we have James.
Right. Now, today's episode, we're going to be talking about Season 1, Episode 6, Dalek. Aptly named because it features a Cyberman. Now,
It does.
Greg, what do you think of this episode?
I think it's incredibly solid. Probably the most modern feeling so far, in terms of not only the writing but also the production values. It looks nice. It's got good pacing. A little bit of exposition here and there that's incredibly noticeable, but I mean, I'm willing to let that slide.
Yeah, I think the exposition is probably the biggest kind of gripe for me. Like I said before, it's, you know, kind of, it felt a bit like Garth Marenghi's Dark Place, kind of the very jarring kind of over the top explanation. Like, you know, the time, like kind of saying like, oh, it's the Time War and I was in the time. It's like, you're not supposed to repeat stuff if the audience has seen it. You know, it's just an issue, isn't it?
No, that's true, but I suppose it's for the service to like remind you, because we're watching
literally
this.
the scene before.
I suppose, yeah. I know it's like telling to characters who don't know to fill them in, but also to reinforce make them
that
panic.
This is a story arc.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Well, Bad Wolf was mentioned again.
Yeah, Bad Wolf
1 coming down. So, James, what do you think of this episode?
It's very straightforward, very much like Rose. Because this is one of those, like, when people talk about Series 1, they talk about Dalek as one of the episodes. It's very straightforward. It's a simple story with a conflict of ideology.
Well,
that's the real tension, because it's like, notice how the Doctor's all presented as kind and caring for the most part up until now, and he says, and he hates the idea that Daleks want racial cleansing, because that is what the Dalek does.
They're Nazis.
Yeah, but it's funny how he parrots exactly the same stuff as the Dalek does. It's even mentioned in the episode.
Yeah, but the thing is, that this is so, you know, we have six episodes in. Yeah, said that like a minute ago. Don't I?
Episode 6, episode 5 of this.
Yeah, so we're 6 episodes in, and I think this is definitely where the performance from Christopher Eccleston really does come through.
It does.
You know, because we've seen the Doctor as like the fun, friendly guy.
This is the first time we've seen the Doctor angry
and scared.
Yeah, I think this is probably his best performance from now till, I'd even say even better than probably the end.
Yeah, I think it's the most personal one.
Like, I think this, if you were to get like one full of Christopher Eccleston quotes, I think it comes from this one.
I mean,
you know what I mean? If you were to like clip him, like clip all his moments, this episode would probably clip the most.
Well, there's a lot in there. Like, you know, when he's trapped in there, initially, you know, it's a very like powerful scene, to be honest. Like the way he portrays the character, like essentially going from this confident, you know, helping figure to this terrified figure to this very kind of mocking figure.
That's it. I have to point out quickly how to spoil a reveal. Name the episode after it.
I said that when I watched this episode a while back. I said that to you. I said this episode could have been incredible had they not spoiled it. Like that reveal.
Yeah.
Because the Dalek doesn't look anything like it did in the eye thing. No. It could have been any new creature.
Yeah.
But then you name it, Dalek.
It's fine when you saw like the footage from the orange guy, you know, like doing his torture, because you don't see it.
That's what I mean. You would up until that point, and I love the shot of the Doctor in the room, looking at the like torch tools, and then you got the light, the little blue light in the background.
Yeah.
It's just like I don't know. It'd work a lot better.
I think
they
if I titled it, it would have been called something like The Exhibit or something.
Or
a cry for help.
Night at Van Statten's museum.
Night in the museum.
Henry Van Statten.
But basically, I feel like because they do set it up like it's a reveal. Oh my god, it's a Dalek. But it's like we knew it was a Dalek because you told us it was a Dalek. But
so I'm pretty sure it was in the Next Time trailer as well.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
but you're also counting on people to have watched. A good episode that does this. What's it called? It is Fear Her. Does this? They spoil a reveal the same way this episode, the episode previously does.
How?
Well, okay, Fear Her.
Fear Her is the really bad.
Yeah.
2012 Olympics episode.
Yeah, that episode precedes Army of Ghosts and Doomsday, right?
Yeah.
What was the big reveal of Army of Ghosts?
There's
you know
Cyberman.
it. No, it's not the Cyberman. What's in the sphere?
The Dalek.
You think it's
Dalek.
Cyberman.
Oh, yeah, that's spoiled, didn't it?
Yeah, they spoiled that with the gun. Someone getting killed by a Dalek.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I was going to say Fear Her. That's such a pointless episode. What can happen in that episode that references Dalek in any way?
2012. Well, that's also
apart from 2012. That is the weirdest. That's a weird thing, isn't it? Like,
I mean,
because did we know the Olympics was happening in 2012?
Yeah.
In 2005.
Yeah.
Yeah, they draw all these things beforehand.
Yeah, you always know the next one after the next.
Yeah, so that's a bit weird, isn't it? Though, like, anyway, that's nothing to do with this. The year doesn't really matter. Like, it could have been 2030, could have been 2005, whatever. They could have just said it's a really high-tech guy. The year doesn't come into effect in any way, really. Apart from it has to have the internet, and that's it.
Yeah.
You know, and security systems and stuff like that, but
I don't
know.
It's very underground. I mean, so Henry Van Statten is the real villain.
Oh, I like the fact that he gets... I hate his intro.
Mm-hmm.
But with the, somewhere with an M, and then his, assistant repeats it. It's like, that's a horrible line. I don't know.
I think it's just because he's meant to... Okay.
I know he's meant to be, a bad guy.
Yeah, he's introduced as a twat. And
that's the problem. It's like... He's very over the top from the second we meet him.
But I think that's the point. He owns everything. He owns government.
Yeah.
He controls everything. He is the most powerful man in the world.
See, this episode, right? You know the start of it. They come out and there's the Slovene arm. There's the Cyberman head, and that's it.
Yeah, those are the only of note.
Yeah, I feel like this episode could have been a goldmine for Easter eggs. Just in the background of shots, just.
I think the only problem is what would you have done?
If they did it now, if in the next season they did a very similar concept of a museum.
Oh, there'd be loads more.
They would, it'd be just huge.
But because it's the reboot,
props from the Doctor Who experience just there. You'd have movie props and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. The only problem would be that knowing Chris Chibnall, he'd be like, look at all of the things. We're going to have Ryan talk about all of them. But it's just, I don't know. I feel like they missed I think
they did, but what would you have done for the classic
the classic villains? Just classic.
They did the Cybermen. That's the only one they've got that they can put in a cup, which they can put in a glass box.
They could do a Sontaran.
That's it.
They could do... I can't remember. I haven't watched Classic Who. But,
no, it's exactly because most of them are original. I mean, most of them are one and dones. Like Sea Devils?
Yeah.
Do you put Sea Devil's head in there?
Yeah.
No, exactly.
That's the thing. That
I think Sea Devil's probably
you could have done more. Like, this Silurians. A Silurian blaster, like the classic ones.
I'm sort of glad they didn't, because the new Silurians look better. Like, a lot better.
100%, yeah.
Yeah.
Respect
But wait,
it.
aren't the new Silurians all women, though? Isn't that a
No.
thing?
They're also played by the same woman.
No, I swear they said that all of the new Silurians are women, though.
No.
There were different ones were men or something.
No, there was a man. Okay, in Cold Blood and Hungry Earth, there was a male scientist.
A male scientist, like the Silurian.
It's just the one who plays what's her face, the Paternoster gang. What's her face? Vastra. The actress who plays her plays all the Silurians.
It's her moving very fast.
Yeah. She plays all of them in the Silurian two-part thing.
I mean, anyway, that's nothing to this, but it opens up, the distress call. It's a very good setup, but the setup is all ruined by the fact that the episode is named Dalek.
But I suppose they cut. I mean, the reveal happens less than 10 minutes in.
It's like if you wanted to. It's like if you did a Fantastic Four film, but it wasn't Fantastic Four. It was like Black Panther, and they come in right at the end, and they're just introduced, right? So they're hinted at in the film, stuff like that. But then you find them at the end, and that's the big introduction. And then you name the movie Black Panther: Rise of the Fantastic Four. Spoils the entire thing, doesn't it?
I think the biggest reason they called it Dalek is purely for the fact of getting viewership. You put Dalek in the title, and immediately you get millions of people watching.
Had they put the title, I think it's also where they put the title sequence. Had they put it in after the reveal,
yeah,
then the episode makes sense. But it doesn't matter like the next time, because what if you're just an average person tuning into this episode?
Yeah,
that's what you got to think. We watched it as an on-demand sort of way. We know what happens. We know it comes. We could have watched 5 episodes after this. But back then, might seem weird now, but episodes aired once a week.
I know they still do.
But how we consume TV is very different now.
Yeah, exactly. Binging wasn't a thing back then.
Yeah, in a separate thing, when Doctor Who is on, Series 12 ended God knows how long ago, ages ago.
Pre-event.
Yeah. But I enjoy being able to watch an episode a week.
Yes.
And it's like, I know that in America, I think they get it on, I think it's Netflix or something, or it's HBO now, but whatever. But they get the entire season, and people just binge it. It's like there are some things in Doctor Who that just you've got to kind of build up some anticipation for it.
Because most stuff now has to be consumed. Like if you look, any Netflix series now is essentially a 10-part film.
Oh yeah.
That's why. Yeah.
That's why, obviously it's off topic, but The Boys. I'm pretty certain they released the entire first season at the same time, didn't
they? They did.
I'm pretty sure. But then the second season they've said we're releasing 3, then we're going to release.
And there's probably a reason for that, because it's their biggest it's their biggest IP now at the moment. Yeah. Their biggest franchise. And look what's happening in the world. They need the content to milk this thing.
I think but it's I know obviously that's subscription, so people might be like, oh, well, I don't want to have to wait a week.
Yeah.
For the next episode, so
I just write it on, just watch it when it happens. It's become so my subscription bill is so simple, so small and so non-existent, and I watch enough stuff on both at any given time. It doesn't matter to me, but to other people it does.
But essentially, Dalek. I feel like if you were to watch, if you were to binge this entire season, you wouldn't get as much of an effect.
No.
I know that with the 2-parter last week, we did obviously skip that gap because we watched both
Yeah.
together.
But this was
But
back
it's a
when Doctor Who
two-parter,
was
so-
more episodic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know,
So
more
it's like-
anthology.
and that's the good thing. Like, I know you can binge this series,
Yeah. But its
but you're not going
format
to get as
doesn't.
much out of it, are you?
No, I think that just goes, and I also think watching it now with how we take media now, it, like, I just think it's like, even what season 12 is trying to move away from a episodic. It's trying to, but here's the problem with episodic that Doctor Who wore out, and you'll see it over the next one, like next few series if we do them. But like
Yeah.
say like the mystery box. Each series has a mystery box that's an answer to the finale. They don't give you anything in between before then. What's this thing? What's this thing? What's this thing? Oh, the finale addresses it. Bad Wolf, Bad Wolf, Bad Wolf. Series 1 finale.
Pandorica.
Torchwood. What the hell's Torchwood? What the hell's Torchwood finale? Who's Harold?
I know, but,
Harold
like-
Saxon was played a bit more subtly.
Well, that because that's posters, but like this, I feel. I don't know what to say.
Harold Saxon
Greg,
would have
what do
worked
you
if had
think?
we saw him before.
No. Dalek wouldn't. Well, right.
As Harold Saxon, not who we know he turned out to be.
Yeah,
but if we
but
had Harold Saxon
to-
in the first
right.
episode.
To compare, though, imagine if the Master coming back in. Is it Time's Children?
Yeah.
Or is it? I can't remember.
Essentially,
the
Simon
end of
Thomas
last
Children.
season. Yeah, whatever. When he comes back at the end, right? That if they had hinted at that and told you directly in the name or something he was coming back, it ruins the surprise.
Yeah, and that's why it was such a shocker doing the reveal of the Master in Spyfall in the first episode, because that's not what Doctor Who had done before.
No, I think they did that because they knew that they would have to include it in the next time.
That, and
Otherwise-
I also think it just plots out the story arc better. Whatever your opinion of how it ended up, but it plotted that story out better than just shoving it all to the final 2 episodes.
But yeah,
Dalek.
Greg,
Yes.
I'm just gonna. This is obviously not. I usually do this at the end, but I feel like it can get a bit of conversation. What would you rate this out of 10?
You see, I'd rate this quite highly. I'd say a 9. The reason I'm not putting it as a perfect 10 is really the whole exposition here and there.
Yeah.
The fact that, why... I don't get the whole, Rose and the Dalek thing. It makes no sense. She touches the Dalek, and all of a sudden, they're linked.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
It's like she doesn't touch the Dalek directly, and we know that the Dalek inside can be separated from the shell. So why would touching the shell transfer DNA to the Dalek? If she'd poked it in the eye, the actual eye, the little gooey thing, then it makes sense, wouldn't it? But obviously, they just needed to have Rose not die.
Because we needed to get a story going.
I mean, that would be a hell of a thing, though, wouldn't it? If they actually did kill her off
Yeah.
in the 6th episode, that would be a hell of a power move. I mean, you could not do that in the first season, but I would happily see that now.
Yeah.
Just a shocker, proper,
I think,
and
how it's going at the moment, honestly, pull some punches like that. I mean, they technically did in Series 5.
who died in season 5?
Rory.
Oh yeah,
They have done it.
that was a power move, but wasn't he only dead for an episode or 2?
Yeah, but it felt real.
I know,
that
but
time.
I mean an actual death where they don't return. It's if Rose had been exterminated
Like
in
a
this,
real
and
death.
the Doctor has to deal with it, because it's very much his fault,
Oh, yeah.
and the guilt that he feels is definitely deserved.
But to be honest, in Doctor Who, deaths don't matter. Deaths of companions don't matter as much as they did back in the classic, because, now they realise that, time machine, I can just pop back, grab her from the past.
Yeah, they need to have like Amy and Rory's death in the Manhattan thing. You know, I can't go back. Like, you don't need to do that. You shouldn't need to explain it away like that. You should just be saying like they died.
Yeah, but I feel like it's the weight of that moment because you've gone through the pain of having to do it once to know it's impossible to do it again, which makes it feel more solid when it does happen again. And it doesn't make what happened before worthless because everything that happened before just builds up what's going to happen then. Do you see what I'm trying to say?
No, yeah.
That was all to raise the entire point of Angels of Manhattan. That entire mission was to raise the stakes for the ending. That's what it feels. No. It's to make something. It's trying to give more meaning to something that could have been meaningless.
If this episode had just gone a bit more in a different direction, I guess. If they'd kind of solidified some stuff. I hate what's his name? The English guy.
Adam.
Adam. What a twat. What a cunt. Seriously. Right, I've got to say it.
He is my least favourite.
I'm a genius.
He got fired of Corrie.
He does nothing right, that character.
No.
Right? He says, I'm a genius. I'm going to hack into a camera. And then he comes in the next episode and does the dumbest thing ever.
That's when you get rid of him, don't they?
I know, but he's a genius.
Yeah.
Who's the most stupid character in this entire show.
What are you going to do? Fight them with your A-levels? Bit timely.
Oh. I mean...
The season news.
Here's my predicted grades!
It's a good thing it wasn't set in 2021. But like, I don't know, that scene, it's just, the little flirting bit, it's like, how old is this guy? Are we ever told that? Because I don't think we are.
Well...
He's probably like 30 or something.
Yeah, because he doesn't look 30, he looks the same age as Billie Piper.
I know, but like, he looks like older than her.
I'd say about 5 years older than Rose.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's out of uni. But then he says jokes about A-levels. Maybe he's like a prodigy or something.
Is it Adam?
Yeah, they said he's a prodigy.
Yeah.
It's a prodigy that's so...
Oh my god.
What?
He's... No.
Remember, we're 15, 16 years removed.
15 years removed. Apparently, alright, according to this, he's 14. But I don't believe that. Alright, I've just got to check this.
No, he is not.
Make sure.
No, he is not 14.
The same way John Travolta was like in his teens in Greece.
Oh my god, Greece is terrible for like adults playing.
That's not what I want. It's just I can't like you can't be.
No, don't even like try.
I mean, what 14-year-old? It has like almost a beard.
14-year-old. All right. So. All right. When the week during the long game airing, so the next episode, the in-universe tie-in website Who is Doctor Who? Is that Clive's website?
Oh my god!
Clive's website. Has Clive got a website? Wow. Announced that 14-year-old Adam Mitchell from Nottingham had won a competition arranged by Van Staten.
Was that when he was 14?
So that's a bit weird.
No, because
so it doesn't tell you how long after.
If we assume he's 14 in
2005.
Say 2006, add 6 years to get to 2012, he's about 20. Yeah, he's the same age as Rose. There's no way he's 14 in Dalek. Don't even try. I could pass off if he was like 17, but he ain't 14.
No.
I want to know how old the actor was.
We're 15 years removed, 15, 16, so I'll say he's probably about 38.
Did you know that this is a bit weird, right? So obviously the Doctor Who comics, they're a thing still, but there was a comic arc. I don't know if it was a while back. It might be quite recently. But there's some like secret villain who was kidnapping, I think, companions or something, and it was revealed to be Adam. And it was like, what? It was like, why would you bring him back?
Here's the thing: he's also such a painfully forgettable character.
He's expendable.
Like,
they should have killed him.
They introduced two companion, like two, circumstantial companions in this series, don't they? Adam and Jack. Which one's more memorable in this own series? In this series, it's Jack, but they have more use for him.
There's a character called Rick Grimes in Doctor Who.
Is there? Are you joking?
Apparently. No, I'm completely off here. I'm looking at the biographies and stuff for this character because I want to know how old he is, and there doesn't seem to be an answer. Yeah, so an older version of Adam became and he's the first companion to be kicked out after one episode. Like, that just shows how pointless he was. Yeah, and he's the only. Oh my god, he's the only companion from the revival not to be in Journey's End. So that means. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, because.
A companion has to be in more than one episode, don't they? And travel in the TARDIS between the two episodes.
No. It just has to be, like, a kind of companion. I guess would be someone who really does help.
Rose's dad? Pete? He wasn't in Journey's End.
He's in Father's Day, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Then you've got the Torchwood lot. So you've got Eve Miles, descendant of what's her name? Gwyneth, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that counts, I guess. Kind of. You got Tosh.
Well, she's dead by now.
Is she? Oh, she is dead by then. God. I mean, yeah, but like, that's. I hate this character.
Yeah, like there's nothing like he's so painfully boring.
Bad.
Like we rag on like Yaz, right? But that's more because
this guy is the worst character in the history of Doctor Who.
Yeah, he makes Yaz look like a really, really well written character.
Like Yaz is more painfully inconsequential, more so than a bad character. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Not necessarily the most realised character, but she is sorely underused, I think is a better way to describe Yaz. Adam's just bad.
Let me just put it this way, right? Had I not been listening when he had his little exposition about being a genius, I wouldn't have a clue that he was a genius. Because he doesn't do anything smart.
No, he is. No. He's such a little weasel. Like
I just thought about another thing, right? Another problem, right? The Dalek can do 1,000 billion combinations in a second.
It took a while.
It proceeds to take about 10 seconds. What a stupid Dalek that is then. Like,
but no, these combinations were a bit more complicated.
No, they're not. He says there's like a billion combinations.
I hate it when they do these big arbitrary numbers just to make it sound more dangerous, but it just makes it sound more stupid.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, no one can get through.
It's like technobabble.
It's like,
yeah.
Oh, that is the worst thing, isn't it? Like,
Doctor Who is so rife with it. Like,
yeah, things like positronic microids and.
What's a rel?
Exactly, what's a rel?
The most recent series have probably done it worse. Because they have entire sections where the Doctor's babbling on about something. It's like, this is boring.
An episode that is comparable to this that has happened. I'm sorry I cut you off there, Dom. But an episode that is comparable to this is Resolution.
So the Daleks.
Yes.
The one with the squid thing.
Just Yeah,
squid
but
that
even in
sticks
there,
on her
the
back.
Doctor says, "What's a rel?" And I think that's the most self-referential joke that they could have done, because it's like we just say this stuff.
Well, what is a rel?
The second, was it? Or was it 10?
Yeah, it's like a
don't
Dalek time
know.
unit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because it was like they've been here like in like some rels. Also, how can a Dalek drive a car? Just
Because he makes something
Yeah.
else do it.
I know, but if he's supposed to be like in charge and like actually controlling the body,
Oh.
I didn't like that episode.
But did we like this
And they
episode?
I enjoyed
100%.
this episode a lot.
Yeah.
It's such a like I love the that scene where the Dalek shoots the fire thing and the sprinklers turn on.
Mm.
And it's just like that's a power move. He just shoots the floor and kills like everyone. It's like jeez.
It's a shame
It's
that
weird
the
how they make
Daleks
a
aren't
Dalek-
scary anymore.
I mean,
I don't know. How can you make a robot thing scary?
they were scary back in the 60s and like to 70s, weren't they?
I think to make them more scary, you have to make them do horrific stuff, like actual horrific like experiments or something, and they haven't really done that.
No.
Like I think that's what makes it scary, because I think Cybermen are more scary.
I think back then it was probably like the fact they were based off of Nazis
Yeah, it is the thing.
and they
It's
were
so
like
obvious.
killing machines.
It's so obvious.
So it's just I can understand why people would be scared of them,
Yeah.
but I feel like the content of media had changed so much since Doctor Who started to when Dalek first aired. Like there was a lot more there's a lot more violence and stuff in TV
Yeah,
and
I mean,
movies.
Buffy.
Like you had
Buffy,
you had
X-Files.
you had the X-Files, you had the 80s slasher like thing. Horror and scary stuff had become a lot more kind of prominent in some things.
Yeah, more mainstream.
So Doctor Who they've had some bloody terrifying aliens since, whooping
don't-
angels and stuff.
Vashta Narada.
Oh my god, don't bring those
No.
back. Keep those
Burn
where
it.
they were.
Turn
Burn
out.
it.
That no, don't remind me about that.
No, that's not that one. No. Oh, what's under that veil?
Oh my
no.
Don't even talk about that episode. That episode needs to stay where it is.
Yeah.
In
Should we just
in
skip
the
over that
forgotten-
one? Should we just skip over that one? Because I don't want to put myself through it again.
We're not going to make it to that episode. We've only got like 4 months, is it, on BBC iPlayer? So we'll probably get maybe season 2 done.
Netflix? Oh,
No, I ain't got Netflix.
they'll force us to buy
but
BritBox.
I'm kind of thinking we after season 1 is complete, it might be an idea to have a look at how long we have left, and then choose episodes.
It'll probably
So like we
actually
do them in order still, but don't do
Skip
every
over,
single episode.
yeah.
So like if you want to do, say, Gridlock or something, then we do Gridlock, and then the episode that comes after that is someone's choosing that.
Yeah.
Just to like get through the greats.
Yeah, I know. I think they'll renew it once Resolution of the Daleks is out. They'll just renew the the
Whenever that
license.
comes
I think
out.
so.
Yeah.
I think we see that one at Christmas, because they haven't been able to make Christmas TV at the moment, have they?
No, they haven't.
Think about it. They haven't.
Oh. Man, this is affecting the entire world. No Christmas Doctor Who.
But
Well, I mean, they'd already filmed it.
Yeah,
Before
they
COVID
filmed it
happened.
they filmed because they were in Bristol filming with like a ton of Daleks, and then they're kind of like, and then they reveal like, oh, it's Daleks. It's like we all knew it was. It leaked, like everyone saw it pretty much because it was everywhere.
yeah,
This is where we find out Greg didn't know about the leak. So
No, I saw it.
no.
Greg,
I was on the old
Greg
Twitter.
hiding under a rock. Yeah, it's just like you can't have a leak. It's like the Jadoon leak, didn't it?
No,
yeah.
it leaked and then they announced it, saying, "Oh, look,
Yeah,
he's
it
come
leaked,
back."
and then they leaked it themselves. Like, oh, we saved it.
I don't think if they
'Cause they
leak it
did it-
themselves, it's a leak.
I know, but they essentially they didn't want to give it away, but they kind of had to because they were filming in the middle of Gloucester. They can't exactly hide that.
No, I think, but then yeah. But I
Now
think,
it's my goal to get on to Doctor Who season 13.
yeah,
Just gotta be in the right place.
Make it.
yeah, I will. Oh, come on, go to Worcester.
Just, yeah. I mean, if they did, they would probably go to the uni to get extras.
If they did, I'll happily sign up.
Oh, yeah. But anyway, I've already done the. James, did I ask you what out of 10?
No.
Or not?
No, you didn't.
No, what'd you get out of 10? I can't remember.
8. Solid, definitely an 8. Could be more. I think it is a very straightforward episode, which is probably why we've deviated so much. But
Yeah.
I think it's
Apart from Adam.
Apart from Adam, it's how much can you really say about this episode, because it's not got that much meat, but then that's not in a bad way. It's very simple, but it focuses on really the Doctor and the Dalek, like who's right, who's wrong, because they're just both the same. They're just throwing rocks at each other, and till the end, we didn't even talk about the end.
Well, when it kills itself.
Throughout the entire episode, the Dalek's demanding orders, and what's the one order it demands? Can I kill myself? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that scene is it's very emotive.
Yeah, it's
It makes
powerful
you
stuff.
feel. It makes you feel for a Dalek,
Yeah.
which is important because then when you see him again, it's like, oh,
yeah.
we were wrong to feel that way.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't the last one.
He's all sad and all gooey.
All blobby.
All dripping.
Blobby. Oh, I love how it's repeated shots. A lot of it.
Mm.
Like you see the same drip, I think it's 5 times. It's the exact same. There's no difference. It's clearly the same shot, and it's like, it's fine.
And
But yeah,
the Dalek dies and he ends. But I told you about the alternate ending.
what is the alternate ending? Because I couldn't find it.
You couldn't
Is it
find
the
it?
one where he shoots it?
No, it's more of an extended ending. The TARDIS flies off, right? And you know what's behind the TARDIS? Van Statten's head in a case.
Oh my god.
Really?
That would have been a really dark ending.
It would have been.
That's not the ending, is it?
Pardon? It would have been a dark ending because it would have been like,
That's not... I gotta search this up. I can't.
They show it and then you hear the pew.
yeah, like they killed him and they put his head.
I think it
in-
would have had
head-
much
head
more of
in
an
the case,
impact.
but that's what he would have wanted. Like, it's
whereas what we got
but it's just
is
like,
Adam's
die
just
by
like,
your
"Oh,
own
can I come
sword
see
sort
you?"
of thing. It's ending.
Yeah, I can't. Season 1.
I'm sure that I remember seeing it.
I don't know if you're right about that because I
Henry
cannot
Van
find
Statten's head.
anything. Henry Van Statten head.
No, I remember he's just a.
Jar? Box? Case? Head in a case? No, I can't.
There was
I can't
something,
see any,
unless Robert Shearman
I
like
can't
just
see anything on here. I
reposted
don't
the
think you're right
video.
about that. I feel like you might be slightly off.
I remember seeing it. I think that was the end. But either
Right.
way,
I might be wrong. It might just be hidden, you know.
I can't find it.
Yeah.
But no, it's a good episode. Really good. It's definitely the best one so far. I mean, next episode is Long Game, which is going to be... Well, I mean, Simon Pegg's in it, so... Should be alright.
Yeah, I don't think that will be as memorable, though.
I don't think it ever was. It's very much like the palate cleanser sort of episode after this one. With the Jagra face.
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much thought... I thought we were going like straight into Father's Day, but then I remembered Long Game existed.
Because Adam is so forgettable.
Exactly.
There's a xenomorph egg in the background. Yep.
Ah.
So there were Easter eggs.
Well, there we go.
Wrong. Yeah. Christopherson was very, very angry, it seems. Oh my god, the Toclophane were the original idea.
What, for the Van Staten Museum?
Yeah, like a ball. The alternative monster would have been a spheroid creature akin to a sadistic child, which was actually a mutated version of humanity from the end of time. So
just a modern original version of the Dalek, which is what the Toclophane are.
Yeah. Man, that's weird.
It's weird because, again, I didn't say it, I said this before, but this episode does not feel like a pitched episode. But it feels like a commissioned episode. Like, we need a Dalek episode right now.
Oh, I think definitely, yeah.
Like, Unquiet Dead, not commissioned episode, a pitched episode. Long Game, I think, is a pitched episode that had to have Adam in it. This is
the only episode of the first series not to show inside the TARDIS.
That's true.
It makes sense. Because, you don't really want to.
I mean, okay, Father's Day, is that a commissioned episode, or is it a pitched episode?
Oh, I don't know. Father's Day is a weird one.
It's a weird halfway. It's not as commissioned. It feels as commissioned as this one does, but it's very heavy.
So Robert Sherman, not sure. It's the only episode he's ever written for Doctor Who.
He does short stories. I find his Twitter. He's a proper Twitterer.
Which is quite smart.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I knew it. Right. As I was watching it, I thought, Adam is the most pointless character ever. Right? Why don't they actually try and connect him? And in the trivia, right, apparently he was originally the son of Van Staten, which would have been much easier, and it would have just been simpler.
There would have been more purpose to him being there.
Yeah.
Because he's just a guy from England.
What are the chances they couldn't get someone to do a convincing American accent?
I don't know.
But then, even then, if he couldn't do a American accent, he could have just had an English. Do you know what I mean? That does happen.
Does, yeah.
Like, accents aren't inherited; they're developed.
No.
I mean, 8.63 million viewers. So it had a few viewers, didn't it? I mean, yeah, it got given a 12 instead of PG.
Yeah, well, I suppose somebody does get their head crushed.
No, the torture.
And that.
The torture and the fact that there's tons of people getting killed.
Yeah, this is probably the highest body count.
Oh yeah,
this is the highest body count for a while.
It's meant to be, isn't it? Because it's the killing machine.
This one's meant to be like the mid-season, like shit hits the fan.
Yeah, it's the peak.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I'll tell you after what I'm watching at the moment. But yeah, I enjoyed.
It's a weird one, isn't it? That what's the Dalek's last line?
Uh,
Well, it's
What's it?
exterminate.
It's like no, it's like no. Just before it's like, are you? It's like, are you afraid or something?
I am or something.
No, he asks Rose, and then he says, like, I am, to you or whatever. Ah, I think it's are you afraid? And he's like, kind of referencing the fact that he's about to die. I feel like it would have been better if we had more with a Dalek like that.
Yeah, well, I suppose they try to with Dalek Sec.
Oswin, is it? Oh, Dalek Sec,
Yeah.
fuck that. Don't bring Dalek Sec up. Pointless character. But anyway. Greg, have you got anything else to add?
Nothing. No, I think we've talked about everything.
I mean, we just rambled on
Yeah.
for about 15 minutes looking at trivia and stuff. So that's probably quite a boring 15 minutes. But
Someone will find it interesting.
someone, hopefully. I mean, someone's been watching these, so thanks. And we'll see you next week for The Long Game starring Simon Pegg
Adam.
and the dickhead Adam.